everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Skip Happens. Today, we're headed straight to the Florida coast with one of country's fastest rising stars. His name's Ryan Montgomery. He's gone from singing covers off the back of his truck in Lake Worth to selling out venues across the country. Over 10 million streams, 5 EPs, and his brand new smash hit. It's called Sun, Sand, Drink in My Hand. Ryan's bringing the beach life to country music like nobody else. We're going to be talking early days, tailgate shows, Nashville sessions, maybe with some of the biggest hit makers, and what's next for this powerhouse artist, Ryan Montgomery. There you are. How are you, brother? It's so good to see you.
That was quite the intro. I'm great. How are you doing? It's great to see you. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's good to see you. Where are you in Lake Worth right at this moment?
I am. Yeah, this is my, for anybody who is watching on video, this is my little home studio setup. So I'll do some demos and stuff here. And yeah, it's kind of a cool little spot. I get to be home for a couple days before we go back out on the road.
You got to love that because, I mean, it's just to have your own place. If you just want to get away, you can go into your studio, maybe try some stuff out, see what it sounds like. You like it, you like it. If you hate it, you won't do it. I know. I get it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But let's talk about you. What would you consider your childhood soundtrack? What would that be like if you grew up in Lake Worth?
Oh my God, that's a great question. I've never been asked that before. A little bit of everything. You know, growing up in Lake Worth, my dad is a huge metal fan, so I grew up on Metallica. I grew up on Nirvana, all of that stuff. And then, of course, being from Florida, anytime I would go out on my grandpa's boat in the ocean, he would be playing Bob Marley and all of that stuff. So I grew up on that, and Jimmy Buffett, and then, of course, Kenny Chesney was a huge part of my upbringing. And then when I kind of turned 16 and started riding around in my truck with my friends, I kind of started to fall in love with, Florida Georgia Line and Jason Aldean and kind of find my own stuff, and I'm a huge Lil Wayne fan. That's
cool.
Curveball. So honestly, everything. I listen to everything. I love blues. So I really try to, I'm a guitar player, so I try to play as much as I can and listen to as much as I can.
Now I'm reading, Ryan, you were into ice hockey?
Yeah.
Maybe a little basketball, water skiing, of course. I mean, you're there in Florida, surfing.
Yeah.
And how did those sports kind of shape your work ethic or stage presence?
Well, everything, really, honestly. Well, surfing, I'm the worst at, hands down, by far. So we'll tell you that I'm very novice surfer. That's my hobby on the side.
Okay.
But yeah, ice hockey was a big one, and then water skiing. My dad also is competitive water skier, like #1 in the world for water skiing.
No way.
Yeah, and so me and my sister, we grew up doing it. My grandpa was a big water skier, and so grew up doing that. I would compete states, regionals, nationals. I've won some, and same with hockey. A lot of my buddies actually play in the NHL now. People don't think there's a lot of hockey in Florida, but it's actually really hardcore. A lot of people come down from.
You got Tampa Bay, baby.
Yeah, it's a pretty big good hockey hub. So it was very intense. It was, up at 4:00 in the morning doing stick handling drills, and then trying to get school in, and then go to the rink till 9:00 at night. So it was nonstop when I played hockey and skiing at the same time.
You're gonna laugh when I tell you this, but I was a Zamboni operator.
No, really?
Yeah. I did some time working for a parks department, and we had a rink. And of course, being up at 4:35 in the morning, they have the ice ready for the first shift that comes in. And I always thought, man, they're crazy. They're crazy. Oh my God. They did. Yeah.
I always wanted to do it. I used to sit on it, like.
Yeah. I go for a ride on Zamboni.
I never got to actually drive one. So.
No, you know what? All it is it's a Jeep chassis with, something else on it, and it scrapes the ice. But it's so fascinating to so many different people because what it does, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of mesmerizing to watch, too. Like, if you're just on the side, kind of just, watch it go around. Yeah, it's like almost hypnotic,
Yeah, people throw things at you when you do that. In between that first second and, well, even after the game, between the periods, people sometimes would end up throwing crap at you.
That's so funny.
No, I know it is funny. It is funny.
Where did you do that?
Here in Syracuse.
Okay.
And in a town called Camillus, which is a western suburb of Syracuse. But I have that under my belt, and I also I played hockey in high school. So
Okay, cool. So what did you play? What position did you play?
I was a left wing.
Me too. I was a left wing too.
And I got the crap beat out of me. I got checked into the boards like I broke my wrist once. I mean, I was fast, but there wasn't much weight to me.
Yeah.
So when I got hit, I got hit.
Yeah.
And if I saw it coming, it would be like, oh, skip happens, baby. Because exactly. When did it click that music would be more than a hobby for you?
Really a little bit later. Because, I mean, I had no one in my family's musical at all. But really around like 5 years old or so, I guess we had some guitar laying around the house. And I play left-handed, guitar left-handed. And it was a right-handed guitar. So I would just play this thing upside down nonstop. And so I guess probably somewhere around 5 years old, my parents took me to try to have a lesson. And they kept trying to flip it over, and I would flip it back. And then finally they just restrung the guitar. And I started kind of teaching myself sort of when I was around 5. And then around 12, I wanted to play a concert. So I got this like little band together, and we played for 3 hours. It was like a lot of old rock stuff, Slash and all that kind of stuff. And we played for 3 hours. I was so nervous. I don't know how I made it through the show. But I did. And so it was always just kind of a little piece of my life. And then at 16, I had a punk rock band with my sister and my cousin. And that was a lot of fun. We played Blink-182 and Green Day and all kinds of stuff. And then I'd always been writing songs, and I wrote everything. You know, I wrote rock songs, I wrote country songs, I wrote everything. And we would play some country in with the punk rock stuff. And a lot of people would be like, man, you just sound so much better singing country songs than you do this punk rock stuff. It's just so much better. And I was always like, no, yeah, we'll see, whatever. And then over time, I just started all of my songs that I was writing just really shifted country. And it was like, man, I want to do this. And so that's when I started driving my truck out to our local amphitheater. And
I was going to ask you about that. It's going to be my next question.
Yeah, that's what I started doing. And we had this little gig that I'd play every week, you know, and I'd play some of my songs I was writing, and we'd play a bunch of cover songs, and there would be like the same 4 people every week, which would be my parents and my grandparents, four people that would come watch. And so, so I wanted to just get in front of more people and reach more people. And so that's when I started playing out there at the tailgates. Yeah.
You got to love that. That was the Coral Sky Amphitheater.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I'm just reading some of my notes here. What possessed you to roll your truck in and play for fans, even if there was only 4?
Well, it was really kind of pre-social media. That's what I think is so funny now. So many people follow me on social media, but I kind of started this, like way before the TikTok and all that stuff. Like we had Instagram, but there was no, just your friends kind of followed you and stuff. And so I just wanted to get out in front of more people, and I didn't really know how to do that. And so I just thought, I mean, all the people that I want to hear my music are out at the tailgates before Zach Brown Band and Luke Bryan and Tim McGraw and all these people. And so I was like, why don't I just bring my truck out there? So we had a generator, I had my speakers, my guitar, and I would just go out there and play for as soon as the parking lot opened for 4 hours, 5 hours. And
yeah. So would they charge you for parking, and then you would just park and play?
Typically we would have tickets to go into the concert.
Okay.
All right. We would go in and watch and stuff. But no,
that's cool.
Every now and then we would have an issue where they would try to park us. There was like 2 lots. There was like a parking lot, and then there was like the big lot. We'd always want the big lot. And the first time I ever did it, I was so upset because I went out there and they parked me right in front of the Porta Johns. And like all the Porta Johns. And I'm like, God, this sucks. And I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I dropped my tailgate down, got my guitar, and I'm like, are people gonna like yell at me to stop playing? Like, I have no idea what to expect, out there. Because I've always been to tailgates to have fun, but I've never seen someone performing, So I started doing it, and it turned out to be the best thing ever, because all the people, you know how the tailgates are.
Oh yeah.
Waiting in line at the Porta Johns. So
sure.
All of a sudden, this crowd turned into like 1,000 people, and they all got their phones out and they're videoing me, and that was my first one. And then from there, it just really kind of.
I got to say, that is such a great idea. We go to concerts at our local amphitheater and they're out in the parking lot playing cornhole. I got the speakers cranked. But to
Yeah.
have somebody come in with a pickup truck, somebody that is talented as you, to get on the back of that pickup truck and play some music, have some fun, that's how you get fans. People are going to remember you. Hey, that Ryan guy from the amphitheater, that is cool. I got to give you credit for that.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was those were a lot of fun days and a lot of crazy Florida sunburns.
I bet. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I just want you to know that one of your biggest fans is watching this here in Syracuse right now. It's Kristen Shaw, Chrissy.
What's up?
Yeah. She says, "Hi, Ryan, and let's get you to Syracuse." So,
Let's do it.
yeah, we would love to do that. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. So you did the amphitheater, and then a couple of years later, you were already sharing the stage with, let's say, Chase Rice and Riley Green and Morgan Wallen, Chris Lane, Kip Moore.
Yeah.
What was that full circle moment like? I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was, well, when I started out in music, I really only had two goals. I wanted to record music in Nashville, and then I wanted to play inside on that amphitheater stage, because that's kind of where, I started in the parking lot. And so it was the summer of 2017 was our last, or I'm sorry, no, it was the summer of 2018 was our last Tailgate performance. We started, I guess, at the top of 2017.
Okay.
So we'd done it for like a year and a half or so at all the concerts we could do it at. And then it was March of 2019. We were inside on the main stage, with Riley and
God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It was crazy, to happen that quick. It was right off the back of that Drop a Tailgate EP that I had put out.
God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. How did Ryan? How did those early grassroots performances teach you about connecting with an audience?
Oh, it taught me really, really did. Like, because when I would, playing at bars, it's one of the hardest things in the world. Like, even when I go out to dinner now, I'm always so impressed. Just somebody's kind of over, in the corner there, and there's a lot of people that don't, they're not there to listen to music, and to kind of win those people over, and then doing it out at the tailgates, it's really the same thing, kind of just with a lot more people. Everybody's kind of looking at you, and no one knows what to expect, and to get everybody we would create these like huge, crowds.
Yeah.
Want to come in and listen to the music, and it really taught me a lot, and it translates now a ton.
Do you get to go out like in where you live there at Lake Worth? Almost, I had a brain fart. Skip happened. Do you get to go out and still play it in your hometown at all? Do you do anything like that? And I'm sure you have a lot of fans there, people that know you.
Yeah, I do. There's a really special show that we did recently was actually at an amphitheater. It wasn't the same amphitheater. It was the Wellington Amphitheater, kind of down the street a little bit. And they had booked me to headline a festival. And we had broken, I guess, the attendance record. We had 12,000 people come to watch us play. And so that was just...
I mean, that's got to be such a high. To walk out on that stage, especially in your hometown. You get 12,000 people there to see you.
It was,
their neighbor. That's so cool.
It was
so
really
cool.
cool. Yeah.
So you've, I made a note here. You've independently released 27 songs across multiple EPs.
Yeah.
What's your creative process like from idea to the finished track?
Wow, that's a great question. I've also never been asked that.
That's why Skip happens, dude. I told you.
Songs for me are really interesting. They never start the same way. I'll have a lot of songs where I will live something, and then I'll actually, I'll write that. I'll have other things where I have just different titles, and I think my phone, I have like 3,000 song titles I still need to write, just constantly writing stuff down. And then I'll have it a lot of times where, because I'm a guitar player really first, before anything, where I'm just picking on something and I find a cool, vibe or something, and then just the song almost happens in 5 minutes, and then you spend the next 3 months tweaking every little, lyric of it. But but songs for me, that they always come in different ways. But my process, I guess, I do write every day. I do. I just, it's kind of like, I always tell my girlfriend this. It's like, some people golf and some people whatever. I songs. You know, that's really what I do. It's makes me happy, and it's just kind of my thing. So yeah, so that's kind of the way that it starts. But then the way that it finishes, you know, is we always go into Nashville and we record with the session players and
Yeah.
family now, and we do it. You know, we do it really right.
Yeah. Do you get the same session players every time you go? I mean, so you've probably hooked up with the studio, and then, you know, you contact these players and say, okay, I'm coming to town. I know they're in it to do what they do, but still.
Yeah, I work with a lot of the same. Sometimes, well, you know, I've worked with everybody from Tom Bukovac to, you know, Mark Hill to, you know, everybody, David Dorn, you know, everybody. But yeah, we have typically it's relatively the same group, give or take a person or two, and typically the same studio, roughly.
Yeah. So you write every day. You get up and you write every day.
Yeah, I do. I really do. Yeah.
But what about that moment where you say, you know, I just got to walk away from this for just a little bit, maybe for a couple of hours. What do you do in that time? What do you do to free your mind from the songwriting? Do you get out and walk? Do you go and go down to the beach? What's up?
Yeah, both. Yeah, I do. I love walking. I really do. I think I get a lot of great ideas walking. So I do. I that's exactly what I do. If I'm ever stuck on anything, I typically go for a walk, or you know, I will go to the beach if I'm in Florida, or I'll work out. You know, I've been in this for a long time. But yeah, typically for me, it's a walk. If I go for a walk or take a shower, you know, one of the two. Those are kind of my two go-tos. And all of a sudden, you know, you get those ideas. You know.
Yeah. You know, we you know, I was talking at the radio station this afternoon, and you know, I'm like, well, the girls were like, so who are you going to have on your podcast today? I said, I got this guy Ryan Montgomery. Here, why don't you check him out? Do a little search. And all of a sudden, they're like all gathering around Becky's computer, going, look at this guy. Oh my God, look at this guy. So I go and I take a look. I go, oh my God, I can't, because I'm not. And I give you a lot of credit for you're very much in shape, dude. That's pretty awesome.
See, I appreciate that. I felt the same way as soon as you turned on your camera. I thought, man, I don't know if I can make it through.
No, stop.
Over here. Come on.
Dude, I could be your grandpa. I'm just letting you know that. Oh, I'm not kidding. Ask Tyler. He'd tell you. But, you know, listening to Ryan, I sat back and I listened to some of the music this afternoon, and I got the feeling, you know, you're blending rock, maybe a little bit of hip hop. You get the traditional country sound. Was that intentional, or did it just evolve naturally?
Wow, that's another great question. It's
Thank you.
Really a little bit of both. I've always been, from the start, you know, I've been very aware of what my musical influences are. You know, like we talked about, from the rock to hip hop and reggae and everything.
Right.
But over time, yeah, it definitely has. The last record that we did, that Let the Night Roll record, that was, I feel like, the first record where it really felt like, after releasing all this music, that it really came together sound wise, where it was like, okay, like every song is like, it does have kind of the thing. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get you.
It's definitely become a lot more intentional over the years of the production choices that we shoot for.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. So we have Sun saying "Drink in My Hand."
Oh yeah.
By the way, I love the title.
Thank you.
I mean, that's perfect, especially where you are. That's perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, it is.
But so you shot the music video for that.
Yep.
I've got to look here, and hopefully it's online. On your home beaches that shaped the story that you wanted to tell. So you did it all right there.
We did. Yeah, I flew in. We were touring somewhere, and I had like 2 or 3 days before we were going to go back out, I think, and we went out had a fishing boat in Florida, and just went out, you know, on the ocean, and we had this like the most perfect day. It was so beautiful. And we shot all the scenes. We saw dolphins, and it was just like beautiful.
Oh my God! Well, you see those every day where you are. Come on.
Yeah, it's tough to beat. But we shot it all. We shot the cover at my hometown beach, and we shot every clip of the whole video was kind of right around my hometown in Lake Worth. Yeah.
Oh God, I love that. What do you, with this song, Sun, Sand, Drink in My Hand, what do you hope listeners take away from that? And maybe about slowing down and living in the moment?
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's
Yeah.
really it's the song's always been it ever since I wrote it. It's for me too, really, to listen to and just kind of remember life can get
Mhm.
crazy. We all have a lot going on, and
Mhm.
just to kind of chill a
Gotcha.
little bit from it all and to remember to get out in the sun and the sand if you can and have a
Absolutely.
drink and enjoy life with the people that you love.
Yeah. And by the way, it is on, you just found that on YouTube, right, Ty?
Yeah.
You did. I can't hear you. It's, yeah.
Well, I found the music or the song, but then a little more digging, I found the video.
No, so he found it all. Okay.
There we
So
go.
you know it's there. We were talking about that earlier. So that's cool. But let's talk about some of the career milestones, your EPs. We brought the party, Chasing Sunsets. See, I did my homework. We brought the party, Chasing Sunset, and letting the night roll. How do you feel that your artistry has grown with all that?
Wow. I do feel like it's grown. I
Yeah.
think I started again when I was 18 years old, and so now I'm 26, just about to turn 27. So uh, I've lived more life, and I have more stories to tell.
Mhm.
We like to have a great time. We like to enjoy life. So there's a lot of party songs and stuff that's so much fun to go out and play live.
Yeah.
And then there's some love songs. There's a little bit of everything. From I try to just always be as real as I can in my music, and
Right.
and over time, I think that that's kind of what it's turned into is just sort of, you know, as you live more and more life, there's more stories to tell, more music.
How was it working with Ashley Gorley?
Oh my gosh, incredible! Ashley is just,
Yes.
you know, what 100 number ones or something like
I
that.
know, I lost count after a while, but I know I hear you.
Yeah, and so
And what did you learn from that?
just the power of great songs.
Yeah.
I mean, he just incredible. For anybody who doesn't know, Ashley is one of the writers on "Missing a Girl," a song that I put out, and man, I was playing that song acoustic when we were kind of in the recording stages of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just playing it acoustic out live when we were touring, just to kind of gauge what people were thinking, and right when we would start to hit that post chorus, "Missing a girl like you," everybody by the second one would already be kind of singing it after their first time hearing it, and I was like, wow, that is special. He just has such a way of connecting with people, and so it's been so much fun to get out and be able to play that song live and see how it's connected with people. It's really
Yeah.
good.
Wow. Hey, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. You're in your middle 20s, correct?
Yeah.
26?
26. Yeah.
Got that right. Bam. Okay. So do you realize that you've already released more music than some artists do in a decade? Do you realize that? This is
Yeah.
you, Ryan Montgomery?
It's a lot of music.
Yeah. But how do you stay motivated and organized? Come on, dude. When I was 26, I was all over the road. I'm
Yeah.
just,
Yeah. I mean, geez. I love what I do. I really do. Honestly, as corny and cliche as that sounds,
no, it's not. I love what I
love-
do. That's
I
cool.
love making music. Like my friends or girlfriend or family or whatever is like, oh, like let's go on this vacation or let's do this or let's do that, and I'm always like, oh, I just I want to write this song. Oh, I need to probably be in the studio. I need to, and I like to have fun. I like to live life, but I really do. I love to work. I just do. I absolutely love it.
Nothing wrong with that. That's I love that. And more people need to be like you. So,
Oh, I appreciate it.
and I was reading that, you're selling out these venues. I mean, you talked about 12,000 people here a little bit ago, but you're selling out venues maybe from 1,000 to 5,000 overall. What's the most surreal moment that you've had on tour so far?
Man, there's been so many. One that really sticks out is when I had released Whiskey and Smoke, and it was the first.
Yes.
I think I had released it on like a Friday, and then a week later on a Friday or a Saturday, we were going to go play it. And it was the first time playing it live. No one had ever heard it or anything. And we had come out. It was in Florida, a place called The Barn in Sanford, Florida. I love that place.
Mm-hmm.
And I came out on stage, and about halfway through our show, I was like, hey, we're going to play this new song, Whiskey and Smoke. Hope you guys love it. Everyone went pretty crazy. And then as soon as I sang the first kind of drop chorus there, where everything drops out, the whole place is just screaming every single word of the chorus. I was like, wow. Like, it was just such a fast, like, we put the song out. I didn't expect anybody was going to know it. And a week later, everybody knew it. And then now, of course, it's kind of the biggest song, and people come to the show just to hear it. And yeah, it's
well, a lot of it is the power of social media.
100%.
You put those songs out, people know you, and you've got the followers now. You put out a song, they're going to know it before 100%. You even play it live. You know what I mean? So.
Absolutely. Yeah, the power of social media is incredible. Yes.
Yeah, you're kind of freezing. There you are. You're freezing up here a little bit, but I got you. I don't know why you're freezing up. You're in Florida. That shouldn't be the case. But just kidding. That's a bad joke. So do you have any favorite or funny stories from the road where maybe things got a little cray-cray?
Yeah. What do you want to know?
I don't know. What one sticks out in your mind? Something must have happened.
Gosh, endless stories. Something crazy. Jeez. Man, I don't know. I mean, probably one of the craziest times, that festival that I had played at in West Palm, with Kip Moore and Riley Green and Morgan Wallen. After our set, Morgan kind of busted into our green room, and he was like, "That was great. That was amazing." And it was just so, so fun and so kind, and ended up kind of after everybody else played, just hanging out and drinking and having a good time kind of, on his bus. And that was a lot of fun. That was pretty crazy. And I guess we did have one time on tour. This was just happened to be in the area, and went to see Florida Georgia Line. It was kind of one of my idols, and ended up at this pool party thing that they had going on, and that was a lot of fun too. So it's been a lot of fun on the road. Yeah. Yeah,
it sounds it. And I don't know, how do you, with Florida Georgia Line now with Brian and Tyler, they've gone their own separate ways. We've done shows with both of them, but they're not going to get back together from the sounds of it. So
yeah. I love them both.
Yeah. So I got to say, Kristen is on there. Did you ever expect to make an amazing video for an amazing song and walk away with a beautiful love of your life on your arm?
Oh, that's a great question. I didn't. I think what she's probably talking about is probably the Whiskey and Smoke music video that we shot. I ended up meeting my girlfriend on set for that music video, and no, that was completely unexpected, and it was really, really, really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and she put Whiskey and Smoke has a solid spot on my car rides home.
Oh, I love that.
So there you go. Amazing. See, I mean, that's you're making a statement, even doing what you're doing with the social media and all that. People know who you are, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool.
That a lot.
Yeah. How do you, Ryan, how do you keep your Florida roots alive when you're on the road across the country?
I try to stay in touch with my family as much as I can. I really do. My family comes out on tour with us as much as possible, and
that's cool.
I talk to my grandparents all the time, and really, really close with my family. So that's definitely helps with that a lot, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Now you must. You were doing this, on your own for quite a while. Then you started working with some pretty top engineers.
Yeah.
I know Pete Lyman is one of those. And how has that elevated your sound?
Tons. Pete and Reed both. Pete Lyman has mastered, almost everything I've put out. And man, he's mastered everything from Chris Stapleton to Halsey, everything. Pete's just incredible and amazing guy. And Reed the same way. Reed's mixed almost everything I've put out. From Mexico Memories was the first song we did on now. And so lots of years of working on music, and they have helped shape my sound tremendously, and also just been I consider both family and just
Right.
incredible people.
You got to have that relationship.
100%.
If you want it to sound the way you want it to sound, you got to have that relationship.
Absolutely.
And going back though, you produced much of your own work. What's
Yeah.
your favorite part of being hands-on in the studio? I mean, obviously you're hands-on there at home,
Yeah.
but what's your favorite part of being hands-on in the studio?
I think my favorite part is, again, being a guitar player, like being able to, just like with songs, when things hit you, being able to articulate what it is that I'm hearing. Hey, I think we need to go to the 4 there, or hey, I think we need to go to minor 6 there, or whatever it is, and being able to kind of pitch and catch a little bit with the session players that I work with, and being able to kind of have an idea and to actually get it to end up the way that you're kind of hearing it, in your mind, kind of the art of producing, I think. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. How do you balance, though, I mean, the business side of things? I know you have a team now.
Yeah.
I think it was Mary that your manager, she got us all hooked up to do this. And I thank her very much for doing that, as well as you coming on. But how do you manage the business side, your social media, your ticket sales, your marketing, with your creative side of being an artist? Do you have somebody else that does all that for you, or are you hands-on with that as well?
A little bit of both. I have a lot of amazing people that I work with, but you're definitely very much at the wheel with everything. I just always like everything I don't ever want people, whether it's on social media or whatever, to like, I respond to every comment on social media.
That's awesome.
I try to respond to as many messages as I get. When people make videos, I always try to respond to them, because I appreciate.
That's cool.
It means the world that people are connecting with the music and connecting with when I'm posting, and so I'm involved as much as I can. Everyone tells me maybe a little bit too much. They tell me that I need to sleep and I need to chill out a little bit. But yeah, I just I really appreciate anybody that's like this. When this came up, I appreciate.
It's not. This is the real deal, what we're doing here tonight. I know there's so many podcasts out there, so many interviews out there. I mean, but this is something I've been doing for a lot of years, lot of years, just like you've been a musician for quite a while. I take it very serious, and I enjoy it. I love what I do, and we have a great conversation,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So that being said, what did you do today?
Wow. What did I not do today is probably the question. I woke up. I did do some social media stuff today. Emails, all that different stuff. We have a lot of fun stuff coming up next year, just touring wise and everything. So I always like to kind of know what's going on with that. I wrote songs, as I always do. I'm trying to think if there's something that was really unusual today.
Go to the beach.
I worked out. Did not go to the beach today.
Okay.
Pretty hardcore. It was a lot of work today, but pretty much a typical
day.
It wasn't.
It's what you do.
I
guess.
Pretty sure.
I see pictures of a tour bus. Do you have your own bus?
Yeah.
How freaking cool at your age that you've got your own bus. Well, it's because you've written more songs than most people do in a decade, but put out more songs. But that's cool. So the red bus is yours.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
That's very cool.
It's been amazing. It really has been to, we've done everything from cars, and we've done vans, we've flown, we've done everything, and to have a bus and to be able to sleep on it and to have a kitchen and just kind of have everybody in my crew is like family, and to just have everybody all of us having a good time. It's really cool.
And we need you. I'm just reading these messages here. I don't know if you can see the screen or not, but there she is again.
Yeah.
So we got to get you up into the Northeast.
We're working on it. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Have you had that opportunity to be up in the Northeast at all?
We've never played in the Northeast. No,
really?
We've played in the Northeast, and we've never really played out West, really. It's our touring has mainly been in the Southeast and the Midwest. Yeah.
But I think as you're expanding here and the music that you're putting out and you're growing, I think it's only a matter of time and to get you up here, because, I mean, you do have a following. There's no doubt. You do have a following.
That's what's cool to see is with social media. You can see kind of on everything where, where everybody's at. And it's cool to kind of see a picture of the whole country and see how many people are listening from where. But yeah, I would love to come up there and play. It'd be a lot of
Have
fun.
you ever even visited? Have you?
Up in the north? Yeah, I mean, I was just in New York a little bit earlier this year. I was up kind of just in New York City. My sister wanted to go up there for her birthday.
That's a different country. I just want to let you know, New York City is different. We are like upstate New York. You got to go up a little bit.
I have been upstate New York. I can't think of where I was. We had a water ski tournament one time. Upstate New York, and I couldn't believe what a different world it was. And it was like being out in the country. It was.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
It's so beautiful. Yeah, it really is. So
this time of the year, it's going to be absolutely, it gets to be absolutely beautiful because the leaves are turning colors, and it's just, we have the Adirondacks, which, not far from here. We're in central New York, smack dab in the middle. But, see what you need to talk to your people, because you could do a run. Here's what we do with a lot of artists.
Okay.
We hook them up in Albany, New York. Okay. Then they take the Thruway, which is Route 90, next to Syracuse. That's good. Then you go a little bit further, you're in Rochester. Okay. Then after that, you hit Buffalo. So you can hit 4 major markets. Bam, 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 bam.
Sign me up. Where do I say
Well, I'd like to see you. Hey, talk to Mary. I don't know who you got to talk to, but it definitely got to make a stop in Syracuse, and we definitely take care of you.
Love that.
Ryan, what's next? More singles, full-length album, maybe a new collaboration? What's going on?
We have something really cool coming out in January that I'm really excited about. So that's going to be coming, and then we are recording. I'm always writing, and we're recording a lot right now. So there's going to be a never-ending stream of music that you're going to hear.
Oh my God!
So they're going to keep. And I did release a piano version for a song I put out called "In Love with Loving You." I put that out on last Friday. That came out, and the response on that's been so cool. So that just came out.
Yeah. And so how many instruments do you play? Of course, you do guitar, but you play the piano as well.
Yeah, I play acoustic guitar. Well, on stage, I play acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and banjo on stage. And then just playing, I do play drums. I play bass. I play
everything.
Piano. Yeah, a little bit.
That's cool, though. That's talent. I love that.
Thank you. I love playing.
What about a dream duet or even a tour lineup? If you could, anything like that.
That's a good question, man. We've been talking a lot about recently. I feel like such a cool feature would be on Whiskey and Smoke to get Kelsey Ballerini on that song. I think.
Oh my God.
So cool. So we'll see if.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. She, we were on tour and we had posted something. I think my girlfriend was singing to her song or something, and she had commented on it. So I thought, there we go. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And she's a sweetheart. I mean, Kelsey's just awesome.
She is. Yeah, she's super sweet.
Awesome. Yeah. So if, even though you're only 26, you definitely got a lot of experience under your belt, so to speak. If you could give advice to an 18-year-old or even my producer that's sitting over here on my left that you can't see, Tyler, who does pick up a guitar on occasion, and he wants to do a little bit of this. What advice would you give, and let's say to Tyler sitting on that tailgate? What would it be?
Wow. This was something I said the other day. I don't remember who I was talking to, but I was like, I need to make this a quote. This was something cool that I said. It was, I said, have the patience, you can do it for a lifetime, whatever it is that you're doing, but put the level of work ethic into it as if you were going to try to make it happen tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And I really think that's kind of the thing, whether it's music or whatever it's in, you got to be patient, because some people will rush it and then they just, not happening fast enough. And then some people are the opposite. I'm going to start this, and they just kind of never get around to starting. And I think it's you're not going to probably be good in the beginning. I certainly was horrific in the beginning, and you hopefully can get better, and learn and be open to feedback and just grow,
How important is feedback though for you? I mean, and how do you handle there's negativity there's positive and there's negative. So how do you handle all that?
I think feedback as an artist is hard, because I think it's, especially depends on who it's coming from, but in the music business, because the thing about music that's really tough is that it's taste. You know, you can listen to someone's song and say, oh, that's terrible, and someone else listens to it and loves it. And that's like that with any song, with any artist. So it's like, it's a balancing game of trying to, at least for me, trying to always be authentic and stay true to yourself and putting out what you want to, but at the same time being able to, you know, not have an ego about it and be able to listen to your fans, you know, and look at what they're listening to and what they're not listening to. And if you have great friends that are, you know, artists or songwriters or just in the business or even friends and family, just try to be open. And I think it is a balancing act, because I've seen that, and I've fallen into that trap too, of just, it can go one way or the other quickly, where you can listen to people a little too much and lose a little bit of yourself, or you can be like, oh, everything I do is just great, and maybe it isn't so great, you know. So
when you go to the beach, do you have a certain playlist that you use, like when you go to the beach? Now, I mean, I'm not talking about driving around in the truck or doing whatever you do, but you go to the beach, you want to relax. What's on that playlist?
Kenny Chesney.
There it is.
And my favorite Kenny Chesney song, which I've never said before, is a song called Marley. It is great, and no one probably has ever heard it. So if you haven't heard that song, check it out.
I will. Absolutely. That is cool. Beer, tequila, or rum drink?
Oh, God. Whiskey's not in the mix.
Well, you know, I mean, it's not what I wrote down. I mean, I go to Nashville, I'll have a whiskey, but, you know,
I guess, you know,
Jack Daniels.
You probably said it best. It depends where I'm at, probably. I don't know. Now, tequila and rum, that's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know on that one.
All right, let me ask you this. 3 things you can't go on tour without.
Probably a pair of jeans would be important. Otherwise, that would be tough. Probably.
Well, you would take several pairs, right?
Would be very important. Yes, I do take several pairs. But the tour bus would be important. It would not be good to forget that.
No, okay.
And my dog would be a great.
Oh, what do you have? Tell me about your dog.
He's a Doberman. He's
it's a big ass dog.
Yeah, he's huge. He's 100 pounds. I guess 110 pounds. Last I heard. And he's huge and he's so sweet. But yeah, he does a good job too of, you know, he knows who's supposed to be, you know, around and who's not supposed to be around.
He's usually on the bus with you?
He usually is, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
And what's his name?
His name's Gibson.
Gibson. I love it. Like for the guitar?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What's your favorite venue that you've ever played?
Oh my gosh. It would probably be between 2 of the, I guess, bigger venues would be my amphitheater in West Palm. The Coral Sky Amphitheater is always so important. And then we played a festival a few months ago down in Miami Marine Stadium. And that was really cool too, because that was in Florida. And it was with, we played with Carrie Underwood and Diplo and Zach Brown Band.
Oh, man.
And it was just such an amazing lineup. And it was, the venue was so cool. It was right on the, you know, down there in Miami on the bay, and just such a cool venue. Yeah.
Yeah. What about Red Rocks?
That's a huge bucket list. I want to play that.
It's on my bucket list to go to a show there.
Yeah, well, there you go. When we play out there.
I'll give you my number, my address. You can send me the invite, and I'll be there. I definitely do that. So what's a hidden talent that fans might be surprised to know about you?
Oh,
well,
man.
I mean, you do everything. You water ski, you play hockey. I don't know. Is there anything we forgot?
A hidden talent. Well, I guess not a lot of people know. They learn when my VIPs that come through my meet and greet. I write left-handed, so
okay,
kind of an interesting.
Me too.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do everything else right-handed, but I write left-handed.
Me too, except for I surf. I surf left foot forward, which is really weird because I water ski and wakeboard right foot forward, but I surf left foot forward. Everything, football and everything I do right-handed. Hockey right-handed. Yeah.
Yeah. When was the last time you put on a pair of skis?
Oh my gosh, I probably when I was.
Oh my God, that. A while ago.
14 or 15.
Holy crap.
But I do surf. I try to wake surf. I'll get out and wake surf
all right.
as much as I can.
Okay. What about ice hockey?
Yeah. long time.
Long time.
Probably shortly after high school.
But do you go to the games? Do you go?
Yeah.
Do you head up to Tampa? Watch?
Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Tampa Bay is the parent club of the Syracuse Crunch hockey team.
Are they really?
I believe so. Yes.
Wow, I did not know that. Yeah, I've seen several games at the Lightning Arena there, and then same with the Panthers too. You know, I go and I was actually there at the. I didn't get to go. We were playing somewhere, I think, to the final, but I did come into town for the. I went to one of the playoff games. This
Yeah. So, do you follow a certain hockey team?
Not really. You know,
okay.
Probably my favorite team growing up was always the Capitals. I loved the Capitals. Love Ovechkin. I got to meet Ovechkin
cool.
a few times.
Yeah.
But I was actually recording. I think it was my debut EP. It was either my first or second EP. I was recording, and I missed when they won the Stanley Cup. So everyone had texted me, you know, and I had missed that. So
cool.
Yeah, but yeah.
So are you gonna have somebody like Kristen just put "Let's Go Predators"? That's the Nashville team, of course. I know. But what about radio? Is your team going to start pushing some of your music, if they haven't already, to radio a little bit more? It needs to be heard.
I do think that's going to be a part of what we're going to be doing.
Good.
We are going to be. You know, it's always cool when I'll see some stations are playing it and fans will post it and whatever. It's cool, but yeah, definitely want to start.
Got to get on that chart, man.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, and there's no doubt in my mind that you can't do that. Because I mean, just what I've seen online and I've heard about you and the music, it needs to be heard, and that's golden, man. That's golden.
What's your favorite song? Just out of curiosity.
Oh my God, you're gonna ask me? Look, dude,
yeah.
You know how many songs a day I play? Serious. I mean, on the air. You know, and
Montgomery song. Favorite Ryan Montgomery song.
Oh man, favorite Ryan Montgomery song would be Whiskey and Smoke.
Whiskey and Smoke? Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Good
That's
pick.
what it is right now. I've got to give the other one a listen, though.
So. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no. But that's my favorite Ryan Montgomery song. But God, if you were to ask me what my favorite song is, I love it when the guests ask questions, because now it becomes a little two-way. But you know what? I will not, because it's you, and I was talking about your music directly, but overall, I don't know if I can say I have a favorite song, because
really?
You know what? I like them all. I like them all.
A lot that way too.
Out there. I heard some music today from an artist by the name of Atlas.
Yeah.
ATLUS. He actually came by the radio station today, and I'm going to be honest with you, I was blown away.
Yeah, I think I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, and if you haven't looked it up, I highly recommend that you do. It's just, he's got his own sound, like you have your own sound. I mean, I listen to you and your music blows me away. He's got it's just, I thought it was really good. So that's kind of like, wow.
Absolutely, I will.
Absolutely. My station needs to start playing your music. All right, Kristen. Yeah, she's like, because I think she might have reached out to you on social saying you need to be on the Skip Happens podcast. Okay. And then in the meantime, I had sent Mary a note through Messenger, and then she emailed me, and then, here we are. But I think Kristen got it all started. So
I love it. Well, thank you, Kristen.
Cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, she thinks you're amazing, and we all think you're amazing. And, I just want to say thanks for coming on tonight.
Oh my God! Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. What's the temperature there right now?
Today actually was pretty nice. I was out this morning and it was like 82, 83. So we're starting to get to a territory where it's not unbearably hot.
Yeah, or hot or humid. Well, maybe you still have a little bit of humidity. So.
Yeah. It was tolerable today, which was nice.
Yeah, I was in the Carolinas. I was at Greenville just last weekend, and it was close to 80. Yeah. But it was very pleasant, which was a big change. So
yeah, amazing. I love Greenville. We were just in Charlotte. I don't think it was not last week, but I think the week before we were just in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's a great place. Ryan, I want to say thanks for coming on. It's been an awesome conversation with you. Finding out about your Florida roots, and of course, sun, sand, drinking my hand. And I'm gonna make sure I put the link to that like underneath this when all this gets posted. So viewers, listeners can go on there and listen to it. So that this is just the beginning of a huge career. And if you're watching this or you're listening to this either way, make sure you go stream the song, watch the music video, catch him on tour when he hits your town. You got to do that. And don't forget, you can watch the full episode right here on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/at Skip Happens Podcast. Big thanks to you, Ryan, hanging out with me tonight. You know what? Just an honor. But thank you for taking the time. I know you're a busy man. You got some time off and you spent it with me.
Thank you. I wouldn't have picked anywhere else to be. So thank you for having me.
You're so awesome. Skip happens, dude. Skip happens. Just remember that. Anytime something happens now, you got to just go, Skip happens. I was on that guy's podcast. So it's Skip Happens. I don't know. Something like that. All right, Ryan, we're going to sign off. Thank you for watching, everybody. And Tyler, would you like to ask anything? You're over there. Speak up.
Super random, but anytime do you feel like you talked about the punk rock early on? Do you ever feel like just switching it up and like throwing a Blink-182 song on when you're on stage
or on tour? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm trying to think. We play a couple covers in the set now, but we don't play any punk rock songs. But oh yeah, for sure. So much fun to play live.
It's a good question.
We're gonna do that. When we play up there, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw that in the set.
There you go. Anything else, Ty? I never, here he works with me doing this stuff, and then he's like, well, I don't know. I don't know. No, he's a good kid. All right, Ryan, thank you so much for coming on tonight. Stay right there. We're going to sign off, but don't go anywhere right yet. But thank you for watching, everybody. Remember, subscribe if you go to youtube.com/at Skip Happens Podcast. It's that simple. Good night, everybody. Ryan, thanks again. Stay right there.